Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Simon and this is a new reading vlog. It's Saturday the 23rd of April. I'm being heckled by a seagull already. We're in Gaeta, but as you can see from that, we're packing and off to Rome shortly. That seagull is outrageous. It's stealing all my thunder. Packed, ready, train shortly to Rome. So there we go. Hi everyone, we're now in our hotel in Rome. We're staying here one night with Mum and Tim and then they go back to the UK tomorrow and we switch to a different hotel. This hotel though is giving me real accidentally Wes Anderson vibes, especially the bathroom, which I will show you after this. Anyway, I went to a bookshop. I did not get the book that I wanted to get. I'm not going to say what it was in case I managed to get it another one, but the one that I ended up getting instead was this. Oh, look at my Mozzie bios, aren't they attractive? Sasha Nasbini's Nives. It's about an old woman whose husband dies. I think they've been married for about 50 years. And as a way of coping with her grief, she takes in her favourite chicken and lets it live in the house and realises she prefers living with this chicken than she did her husband. And then something happens to the chicken and she needs someone's help. And one phone call reveals lots of secrets. I thought this would be ace. I'm going to start this later. We are going to get changed, get showered, get changed, and then go to the Pantheon, which apparently is my mum and my stepdad's favourite place in Rome. Hopefully get some dinner near there and possibly head to a bookshop. There's also a pub, so that'll thrill all of us. Morning everyone, it is Sunday the 24th of April and our first full day in Rome. Sadly, Mum and Tim have gone home this morning. We had a lovely meal out with them. I had a bit of a wander around the streets, went to the Pantheon but couldn't get in, so we're going to go in tomorrow, I think. What we did manage to do though is Mum and I left Tim and Chris in the pub below a bookshop, so it's part of the bookshop technically, and I think it's called Altro Quando. They didn't sell any English books there, but they did have quite a lot of, I love looking at like the covers that other countries will give books. So there are quite a few Bernardino Evaristos with these amazing Italian covers. But first, when they were in the pub, we went to Otherwise, which is a bookshop that is absolutely stunning. It's an independent bookshop which has a lot of English books, and I managed to find the author that I was looking for yesterday, and that is Domenico Starnone, and this is First Execution, which I hadn't heard of before. I've seen Renee, so I read this book, talk about Domenico a lot and say how great it is. This is about a tutor, funnily enough, called Domenico, and I think there might be a bit of meta stuff going on here, who one of his students has been arrested for terrorism, and he goes to meet her to find out what's going on. I read 3 chapters while I was sat in the bar with everyone, very rude, but I couldn't not. And basically what she's asking him to do is to finish what she couldn't because she got arrested, and that's all I got to, but very excited. I'm not sure about this cover, although it'll be quite easy to Instagram with a cappuccino. We're checking out this hotel and the gorgeous accidentally Wes Anderson bathroom. We're going to go and check into our next hotel, which is a bit of a treat for the next 2 nights, and then be absolute tourists and get on a hop-on, hop-off bus so that we can kind of get our bearings and see all the sights and have a lovely time. So that's the plan. I'll take you along. Now off we go to check in, well, check out, check in, get some breakfast. Hi everyone, so it's later on Sunday and I've been a bit of a diva because we've got this suite, which is amazing. Get ready to see the baths up there, look at that. At the baths up there, it's really cool. And then you go for a wander and I will show you, it's quite a walk. To a sort of lounge/boardroom. I've been a diva because, here it is, it's really hot. There's hardly any windows and it's nothing like the one that was advertised that I booked. So we've been given an upgrade and I'll take you to see it now. So this is the room we now have instead. It's much cooler, it's much lighter and breezier. It's also got, are you ready for it? A jacuzzi in it and a hammam in there. So, which is great for Chris because it means you can sit in the shower. There we go. Sometimes it is worth saying you're not 100% happy with what you've got. Hi everyone, back from a fabulous sightseeing day, and I did manage to get a tiny little bit of reading done in a cafe with an espresso, which is very apt for First Execution's cover. This has suddenly gone really meta, and I was kind of really getting involved in the story of this professor who's doing this secret thing or has got a secret test set for him by a student who's been arrested for possible terrorism, and then suddenly we're in Domenico Stornone's head as he's writing this novel. And at first I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this, but then I really warmed to it because I think we're going to see how he carries on writing the novel, but obviously follow what happens to the professor and his student. So interesting. Not too much time to chat with you about it because I need to get ready to go for dinner because everything got a little bit delayed by the 3 tiramisus that I had to try at Mr. Tiramisu, which was amazing. And I had actually one of the best capresses there. We thought it was going to be cheesy, but it was just amazing deli with 100 different flavours of tiramisu. What more could you want? I've got changed because we're off to go and have dinner with one of my very bestest friends, Michelle, who I last saw at my birthday, but I hadn't seen for ages. And we're going to see her in Rome because she's staying with her cousin. Other excitement is we've discovered that the jacuzzi bath changes colour, which you may see later. I'm doing some video footage with Michelle. She loves it. She's running away from the camera. She's running away. She's running away. I got her.
She's running away.
I got her. I got her. I got her. Are you looking at the camera or not? Morning everyone, it is day 2 of our 48 hours and a bit in Rome, and we are off this morning to the Trastevere and to have a little wander. It's on the other side of the river. There's some bookshops, there's some nice cake and bun shops we want to check out. We really want to go to the Jewish Quarter for lunch. We've heard that's amazing. We've got tickets to the Pantheon. And then we're going to go see the Spanish Steps, which I don't know why they're Spanish in Rome. Chris, why?
All will be revealed.
Oh, there we go. Hi everyone, we are back from Trastevere where we found 3 different bookshops today. The first of which was Open Door, which was closed. Well, it was a closed door, frankly. It wasn't open yet. And I was really, really disappointed because I really wanted to go. It was a big second-hand bookshop with most of the books in English. But I Instagrammed and said how sad I was. And then they said, we're opening this afternoon. So went back later. But before that, which is where I bought a book and a book bag. In fact, no, Chris bought me the book bag, which is very kind of him. Randomly found one called Liberaria Trastevere, which was absolutely beautiful. And you could kind of walk into the bookshops that are all like almost waist height. So it's like walking to death sort of, but just brimming with books. Beautifully done. A tiny English selection, but just so gorgeous to go and have a look and a wander. Then found Almost Corner Bookshop, which is all English books, and that was really, really lovely, really airy, lovely to wander around, like quite compact but still really airy. Nearly bought a few books. I was actually looking for The Talented Mr. Ripley, but could not find it because I wanted a thriller for the flight home tomorrow. We then went back to Open Door, which had now opened its doors, and not only did I bought this gorgeous bag, lovely, it's the most beautiful cotton. I also picked up this, which is Susan Hill's A Question of Identity, which I think is the 6th or 7th in the Simon Sorella series. It's the one that I am next due to read, and it was secondhand, so it was only €5, but it's going to be perfect for the plain black. It's also the Vintage Canada edition. So there we go. So in total on this trip, I've been to, I think, 6 bookshops, I think that's right, or is it even 7? And I've bought 4 books. That's not too bad going for me, actually, I will say. And with Pip, what we're doing, Pip?
Go to see my dad.
Last tour.
There might be tears.
I'm gonna cry. They've been a bond with us since before we knew each other.
We won't be friends anymore
God,
after
you were
that.
20 when they started and I was 30. Oh dear. Anyway, that's what we're gonna do now. So there'll be some no longer than 7-second snippets so that I don't get done for copyright. God, look how red I am. Can you tell I've been on holiday?
Yes.
This is a shout to my
Hi everyone, it is Wednesday and I am home. I got home yesterday. I'm home briefly because I'm actually packed and ready to go to the airport because I'm flying out to Northern Ireland today for work, for Story Trails, to go to the library there. Also having a sort of team day with my boss Hayley where we're going to be going around lots of the Northern Irish coast tomorrow. I have filmed my Women's Prize shortlist thoughts for Sky Arts Book Club Extra. The shortlist is there. That was announced this morning. Last night saw Little Mix with Pip. It was amazing. They were amazing. We sang, we danced, we had a little cry because it's the last tour. Then the emotion clearly took over me because I fell massively badly. Off a pavement into the street. I've cut all the skin off my knees. I've really bruised my hand that I'm holding this camera up with. So hashtag feel sorry for Simon, hashtag pray for Simon. That's the update. Back, not for long. Won't be back home again until Saturday now. But I need to get to the airport, so let's get going. And yeah, I'm reading the Susan Hill, A Question of Identity. Taking that with me, probably gonna leave that there. And have packed a potential Irish read. I'll report back on my possible Irish read once I finish the Susan Hill if I don't see something in the airport, or possibly when I go around Belfast later. Hayley, it's coming round, be warned. It's coming round. It's going over. And it's going back. Morning everyone, it is Thursday the 28th of April and I am in Belfast. I got here at about 4 o'clock yesterday, then met up with Hayley to have a catch up about what I've missed with everything and work and stuff, and then we went out and had a lovely wander which you'll have seen, including finding the dumpling library, which I spotted the word library, and then I spotted the word dumpling, and then I was like, Hayley, we've got to go there for dinner, and we did. Today, we're off to go and do a tour of the coast, so like go and see the Giants Causeway and stuff. Book-wise, I am reading A Question of Identity by Susan Hill. I read the 6th of the Simon Sorella series earlier this year. This is the 7th, and I don't know if you remember, or if you're following me then or whatever, but when I last talked about this series, I was a bit like, oh, she ended it sort of a bit abruptly and on a bit of a cliffhanger and what was going on, and she does follow on from some of that. But I will say there's one character who the previous book looked at sort of end of life choices and the choices that we have or don't have, as well as being about the cold cases of two bodies, because it's a crime series, but you also get to kind of know the people of Lafton, where it's set, and particularly Simon Sorella and the people around him, but also some people involved close to the crimes. And one particular woman had such an emotional, moving story, and it was suddenly just like really finished off really quickly in this, as was the big cliffhanger and tension at the end, and I was a bit about it. Anyway, this book starts in 2002 when a man is at court, and I don't normally like court dramas, but I was quite intrigued because it was quite quick and pacey. He's been accused of murdering 3 old women in old people's, is it in one old people's home or 2 different? Anyway, he's been accused of murdering 3 elderly women, and he gets let off, and then he has to assume a new identity because people feel that it was the wrong decision and they are after him, basically. And then we move to 2012 to Lafferton, and we sort of start to get to know about a new, slightly sheltered accommodation for elderly people called Duchess of Cornwall's Close. I think Susan Hill's a big fan of the Duchess of Cornwall, but I think also she is of her vice versa, if that makes sense, because I'm sure that Duchess of Cornwall chose her for the reading room, one of the books. It's following like initial parts of the series style, because we're what now, 129 pages in, and no one has been murdered, and that does bother me a bit in crime because I'd like there to be something quite early on, but it's brewing, and we know from the blurb somebody is going to get murdered there, and we start to meet these 2 sisters, and it could be one of them. We're also following Simon Sorella and what's going on with his family, his particularly his stepmother and his father, and also somebody who's living with his sister, but that follows on from the previous one, so I won't spoil that. And also his relationship with a woman who is married, but her husband is very seriously ill. And so you've got all that stuff going on as well. I'm enjoying it, but I'm like, I would like a little bit more thriller and less domestic, not filler, what rhymes with thriller? Domestic, I don't know. I'll have to think about that a little bit more. Anyway, I need to go and have breakfast. Those of you who've been following me a while will know I love a hotel breakfast. It's one of my favourite things about being in hotels. And then off to go and see the Giants Causeway. Snippets here and possibly a video on another channel at another point. What a teaser. Let's go, Hayley.
Flies on me. She's covered in flies.
No flies on you, Hayley.
Well, there is. Loads of them.
Hayley, we climbed that. Well, we didn't climb it. Just walked down it. Hayley and I are at the Giants Causeway almost. Oh, my hair. It's having a wild day today.
It stinks.
My hair? No. The Giants Causeway, it does smell a bit. We're not quite there yet. We've walked down, where was it?
Up there?
Up there. Very, very steep and treacherous.
Yeah.
But we survived, we've made it through. And now we have to go and see some really old rock, which I'd already sat on one.
You are an old rock.
Rude.
See ya.
Hi everyone, it is Friday the 29th of April, and while it's actually almost Saturday the 30th of April because it's very late, I'm in Omar I think it's one of the only hotels in Omar, and I've had an upgrade. Look, I've got like a double bed here and a single bed here. I could have a party frankly, but I'm just too tired. We've been in Omar Library for most of the day doing training with librarians for augmented reality and virtual reality. I can't believe I'm somebody that can train people in that now. It's mad. Goes to show how easy and intuitive it is. Anyway, we've been doing that, and then we did a focus group with people from the area, just like their thoughts on what we're doing and trying stuff out and all of that. That was really cool. And before that, we did go to Elliskillen, I think it's called. But I had to have a work phone call, so everyone else was going around looking at the castle and stuff, and I was in a cafe on a hour-long phone call for BBC Big Jubilee read. I haven't done any reading, so really this is a very random update, just really to show you my hotel and the fact that I could have it and use it as a party palace, or the fact that I have it and could use it as a party palace. Anyway, I haven't read much, but tomorrow I'm hoping to, because I've got to get up at 6:30 to get to the bus station for like 7:30, and then it takes about 2 hours to get back to Belfast by coach. And also, how amazing was that trip around Northern Ireland? You only saw some snippets from like the Giants Causeway and stuff yesterday, although if you follow KD Books you might see they get a little bit of a special screening in a video that would have gone live by the time this goes live. In fact, it would have gone live ages ago. I've got to be at the airport early because apparently security is a bit of a nightmare like at Manchester, so I'm hoping to read a lot, which means I'm hoping to finish the Susan Hill. So I only read like a couple of chapters here or there in the last 24 hours, and then start another book at the airport, either something that I get at the airport or I have a spare book in my bag. Why did it take me this long to say all of that? Oh, because it's me and I like a tangent and a waffle. I need to go to bed. I'm exhausted after a delightful day with librarians and lots of lovely people from Omar. Bedtime, and then home tomorrow for just over 24 hours before I go to Scotland. Morning everyone, it is Sunday the 1st of May, and as you can see I am back at home, albeit for under 36 hours because I'm off to Dundee tomorrow. You'll have also seen from a previous clip, and now be able to hear in the background, that Chris has chosen chaos since I've returned. As he picked me up from the airport, we went to a DIY shop because he wanted to sort out some tiling in the bathroom. Went through the tiling, there has been a collapse through the step into our shower. There's been some rows. I had to calm down by watching several episodes of Selling Sunset. Not much reading has been done, although I did do some reading on the journey in the plane. And now, Millie, she's very chill about it. Look at her, she's absolutely not bothered. I thought I would catch up with you on how I'm getting on with Susan Hill's A Question of Identity. A Question of Identity. I've got about 100 pages to go, so I'm about 270 pages in, and I was moaning that there weren't any murders up to that point, and now suddenly there have been 2. And the way that the murder is done, it's not gory, but it's really grim, and it has given me like, it's... that's the technical term. What I will say is it feels like it's now kind of in the pace of itself, but I feel like it did start a little bit late in the fact that it seemed to still be sort of tying up loose ends from the previous book. In fact, I felt like the shadows of the previous book were really in this one at the beginning. We've got some possible more family drama for Simon, because what I do like about the series is you do get to know the people of Lufton, and you do get to know more about Simon and his family. We've got that going on too, so it certainly has picked up, but I'm like, it's not got that much longer to go. Is it going to be able to wrap it up in time, or is it going to bleed into the next one? Well, pun not intended. We shall see, but I'm going to, honestly, Millie's being so cute. I don't know if you can see that. How can I get it to... I can't. Wait a sec. Let's see how this works. Was that me? No, that was her. It It is now, I should say, about 7-ish on Sunday evening. We've been out to go and see The Lost City with Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum and Brad Pitt. I thought it was really good fun. It was just the perfect kind of Sunday afternoon. We went to like a matinee at the cinema, just got completely lost in The Lost City and just really enjoyed it. It was one of those kind of films. Anyway, the book that I haven't started yet, but I'm going to start is Maggie O'Farrell's The Marriage Portrait, which is one of my most anticipated books of the year. I absolutely love Maggie O'Farrell. I have loved her writing for a long time, since I read The Vanishing Act of Esme Lennox. I absolutely loved Hamnet, her previous novel, to this one, which of course won the Women's Prize and was huge. And so I'm very excited to start this. It's another historical novel, I believe. That's the state of play on the 1st of May. Morning everyone. Oh, you're a little bit wonky. Let's sort that out, shall we? I needed to get possibly a new tripod. I think this one sort of seems to sag. Anyway, moving on. You don't need to know about my technical woes. It is Monday, the 2nd of May. It's actually a bank holiday. I have not read any of Maggie O'Farrell's The Marriage Portrait yet. I have to admit, I have been finishing off series 5 of Selling Sunset, which left me on some left me with some serious questions, frankly. Definitely going to be starting this. I've got a 7.5-hour train journey today to Dundee, and I'm hoping I can crack this in that time. It's 400 and something pages. Maggie's editor said it was a really good idea to try and get through it in like one go, because it will really resonate. So we'll see. I don't know how many people can get through a 100-page book in one sitting, but we'll see how I get on. What else am I planning on taking? Because I'm going to Scotland, I did consider taking Young Mungo by Douglas Stewart. I do really want to read this, but the buzz and noise about it has been so much that can sometimes put me off, which is ironic, I know, because I spend my life buzzing and hyping books. I'm also thinking I would really like to take Arsenic for Tea by Robin Stevens, because I loved the first, Murder Most Unladylike, and I would like to read another one. So that's like possibly a contender. Then we have Bitter by Kweki Emeze. I've packed this on every holiday that I went on in April and didn't read it. So yeah, I would like to get to that one in due course. The Night Ship by Jess Kidd. Very keen to get to this. I love Jess Kidd. She's one of my favourite writers, but it's also that thing that I was talking about that I'm doing where this isn't out until August. And sometimes I actually as well feel like if you read a book too soon, he says, I'm about to pick up Maggie's book, which is out in September. I always feel like, who have you got to talk about it to? It can just seem like showing off that you've read the latest book. I do really want to read this, and they have asked me for a quote, so I should really get a wriggle on it. So that's looking like now actually maybe the most likely contender. Really want to read Woman Eating by Claire Coder, but I'm thinking maybe next week or the week after. Again, if the mood takes me, now I'd quite decide then I would quite like to read quite a few books where they've kind of got crazy premises, and this is one of those books. I'd also really like to read, honestly I'm really going on, but this is like the selection of books that I picked out this morning. I'd really like to read The Maid, which I took away with me to Africa and didn't read. However, I feel like I need to read this in quite a swank hotel, and I'm in one of those next week. I'm not in one of those this week, as you will see. And then last but certainly not least, I've been wanting to read this for ages too, A Tidy Ending by Joanna Cannon. This is calling to me as well. Again, it's one of those books that's one of my most anticipated books of the year. And what have I done? I've left it because I've got nervous about it and whether it'll be as brilliant as I want it to be. Torn. I am living for my curls. I used to hate my curly hair, and now I've absolutely got all up in its grill. Get showered, get ready, get on the train. Let's see what I pack with me, and away we go. Hi everyone, and welcome to my very snazzy, frankly jazzy hotel room here in Dundee. I have spent about 8 hours on the train today, although I can't complain too much because one, I did get some reading done, not all. Not because I was on my phone too much, I did do a little bit of editing of my first Italy reading vlog, which I need to finish tomorrow because it actually goes live tomorrow, but also because the views from the train were ridiculous. There's so much beautiful countryside on the Trans-Pennine Islands through Yorkshire. Then from Yorkshire, you've kind of got the gorgeous countryside and you get to Durham. And Durham's a really nostalgic view for me because I used to do that trip with my mum all the time. My mum went to uni in Newcastle, which we also go through on this journey. We, I mean royal we. I'm just here on my own. So mum and I used to pass that on the way to and from Matlock every holiday when she was at uni and I was about 3 or 4. And then also we would go to Durham like one weekend every few months as like a treat. So that was lovely, plus on Newcastle, plus then you get the most amazing coast leading up to Edinburgh, and then afterwards it's just ridiculous. You'll have seen it, so I don't know why I ever explained it, but I did. Then I got to Dundee and went to Mozza, my favourite restaurant. Then I got to Dundee and went to Mozza pretty much seconds after checking in and dumping all my stuff. It's my favourite restaurant in Scotland, frankly, at the moment, because everything is mozzarella based and I love mozzarella. So I went there, came back, and I've done some work because I've got quite a bit of admin to do, as well as 8 hours of training with libraries tomorrow. And I'm now going to read more of The Marriage Portrait by Maggie, which so far I am absolutely loving. It is just wonderful. It's all about a young girl called Lucrezia, and we know from what actually Maggie wrote at the beginning, this book is kind of about a young woman who they say, what was it they say, that she died of putrid fever, but many people believe that she was murdered by her husband. And at the opening of the book, she feels that that is going to happen. And I'm going to read you a line, I don't do this very often, but this is how much I'm already loving it. It's one of those books where I want to read bits out. That's very much how I felt about Hamnet. The certainty that he means her to die is like a presence beside her, as if a dark feathered bird of prey has alighted on the arm of her chair. So now we've gone back to her young years, and in fact we go back before her birth, and there's some fascinating stuff about what people believed would happen if you thought certain thoughts while you conceived a child. It's great. So yeah, really loving this. Haven't read masses of it, but going to read more of it tonight and in the morning. And then probably have a little pot around Dundee. That is where I'm at right now, waffling a lot, and really probably need to actually just go to bed. Morning everyone, it is Wednesday and you didn't get much from me yesterday, but you did get Dundee and one of the most delicious breakfasts that I've ever had in my life. I was at the library from 12 until 7:30 and then went out for dinner with the team and to an amazing hidden secret pub called Abandoned Ship. Haven't done much reading, but what I did manage to do yesterday is book a tattoo, and I'm off for that in a moment, because I want to get a tattoo in every one of the Story Trail cities that we're going to. So 15 all on this arm, hopefully over the summer. By the end of it, I should have a sleeve, which is very exciting. So that's happening this morning. Then, in a change of plans, I'm travelling to York for a reason that I shall divulge later, because I need to check out and I need to go. But I didn't want to leave you hanging. No reading done, but I've got a long train drive. Train drive? I'm not driving it. That would be dreadful, terrifying.
£17. Is that cash or card?
Card, please.
Brilliant. So it's just going to pop out there when you're ready.
Hi everyone, it is now May the 22nd and I thought what I would do, as I'm back recording a vlog at the moment, although I haven't done much reading for a reading vlog because I've been editing this for the last 6 hours. It actually kept me good company on the train, but what I thought I would do, just so that we can catch up a little bit, is include everything from York, where I'd actually gone to go and hang out with the lovely Ariel Bissett. We had lunch together and it was fab. Lots has happened since then, so I thought I'd pop that in with some plinkly, jinkly, jangly, maybe even some funky, frankly, music. And I will end it here. And if you've got this far, I would love an emoji of, a rose to match my new rose tattoo. I will leave you with what's happened since I was in York after I had lunch with Ariel, pretty much up to now. Hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in another video probably sometime this week. I know. You do really? What's that new pose? We're back, we're back, we're back. We're back, we're back, we're back. We're back, we're back, we're back. We have very, very special to me guests this week because we have my former book club, the
Riverside Readers!
Way, who I was with for what, 2 years?
Yeah,
and then I
maybe.
ran away and then left Polly, I've known since I was 3, in charge. We are dressed like 2 frustrated children's teens.
That's very fun.
I think we should do a video where we go to bookshops and rate how hot they are.
Oh my god, no, rate it on the horny scale,
Yeah.
like horny or not horny.